I started with Sodexo Marriott. They've changed from Sodexo Marriott to Sodexo. I started in the snack bar, have made my way from the snack bar to baking, from baking to food prep, from food prep back to snack bar. Last year, I was transferred from the high school to the elementary. Needless to say, I've traveled through the Sodexo food service quite a bit. When I started, we ended up serving malts, cookies. We were regulated, but not as much as we are today. The types of food that we serve today are much the same as when I first started, but we've changed our products. We've changed from regular corn dogs to turkey dogs. We've changed from white bread to whole grain bread. As the government has set up guidelines to end up getting healthier children, we've learned to end up including more fruits, more vegetables. We've learned to end up including less calories, gone with more fat-free foods. The government ends up mandating how many grains we serve the children. They mandate how many times we can end up serving a certain type of fruit. They mandate how many different types of grains we can give. As we end up going forward into this new setup, it's a little bit more of a challenge. We go from just delivering breakfast every morning now to delivering breakfast fully packed in bags and ready to be as a whole set. Sodexo has many strict regulations. We end up having to regulate how we clean, we regulate how we serve food, we regulate how we prep our food. We're not allowed to touch ready-to-eat foods without having gloves on our hands. The number of times we wash our hands in a day is counted. And the way we end up serving our foods, we have to make sure that our cold foods are under 40 degrees. Our hot foods are over 140 degrees. We have a third party that comes into the school, ends up doing an audit on us from top to bottom, from the beginning of our day to the end of our day. We have passed that audit 11 times with 100%. Sodexo's regulations is under 90% is a fail. As I end up going through my day, I end up getting a chance to serve the least of these. Our school is within the lowest community around. We have a very high, free and reduced group of children, which means some of those children go home at night and don't have any supper. We end up serving them breakfast, we serve them lunch. We have several after-school programs that serve snack, and we are now in the process of working on getting a supper program. Jesus stated that he came to serve, not to be served. And so at this moment, that is what I am doing. I end up enjoying the idea that when I go into a grocery store, I get to end up meeting somebody I served years ago. They remember me, and I remember them. They tell me how exciting it is that I used to remember what they were. We are called to be the salt and the light of the earth. We are called to end up standing up and serving. Jesus says, "Truly I tell you, whatever you did for one of the least of these, you did for me." And so as I go through the day and I plant my tiny mustard seeds to watch my mustard seeds grow into plants, I will continue to serve until Jesus takes me down another road for me to serve in another place. Thank you.